What's going on, guys? This is Alex from Geekcraft Studio, and while scrolling through the comments on my latest video, I noticed a request from one of my subscribers. So here we are. Today we're gonna talk about Anycubic's Photon Workshop and how it performs. Without further ado, let's get into it. But before that, a massive thank you to all of you who enjoyed my first review video. Your engagement was off the charts and I couldn't be more happier that you guys actually enjoyed watching it. Thank you so much. Coming back to the Photon Workshop. After installing it and signing in with your Anycubic account, the first thing you're gonna do will be choosing your 3D printer from their list. After locking in your choice, next up is the resin selection, which by the way is not limited to Anycubic's own resins, you can also add your own resin settings. This is just a really nice thing to have, given that the presets are gonna make your life a bit easier when printing your models. In the Workbench tab, you're gonna find your built-in camera, the cloud folder, some information about the temperature of the resin, and connection status of the resin vat and print platform, which is a really nice addition for those of us with intrusive thoughts about connecting our build plate or not. Trust me, those thoughts appear pretty often. Moving on, you can also find the build plate controls, the LED related functions like exposure control, vat heating, and the cleanup function. Starting up the prep of the model, the slicer feels really good. It's similar to Kitobox, which I have used ever since I started this hobby more than 5 years ago. Of course, you're gonna need some time to adjust and get your bearings, but yeah, I would say this is a pretty intuitive slicer. Now, as with every project, first things first, I'm gonna hollow the pieces that needs hollowing. Pretty standard feature for every slicer out there. Next up, drainage holes. And yes, I love how much control we have over this. Remember, always place drainage holes on both sides of your pieces, otherwise you risk leaving uncured resin inside, and that's a really big no-no in the resin printing process. Quick tip: picking your placement wisely will save you a ton of time in filling and sanding those holes. Notice how I place the ones on the base where Friza's foot will be, thus covering the hole entirely. Nevertheless, a piece like his tail, you cannot avoid having the drainage holes visible, but that's just fine. Better to put in some work covering those than having trapped uncured resin inside your model. What actually impressed me the most was the editing you can do on the supports. This is a really amazing addition, each option having its own explanation as to be as user-friendly as possible. The only things I changed were the connection tips, which I usually set to end in a spherical shape, and the overall size, the smaller the better as long as they can hold the weight of the piece. Why do I use that shape? Well, simply because it's easier to sand a surplus than to fill in the gaps that a normal connection would have created on the surface. It's just gonna save me a little bit more time. One thing I also love is the auto support option. With proper orientation, your surface prepping and sanding time can be reduced to only a matter of minutes. So yeah, that's a big plus for Anycubic's Photon Workshop. For the settings, I did not change anything, just went with the defaults. Anycubic has some really handy tools added to its slicer. I just left those on for my first prints just to see the results. For my second print, I disabled all the intelligent functions to compare both prints, and surprisingly enough, I did feel that disabling them did result in a more detailed print. Not by much, but it was noticeable. That being said, if you are under a deadline and need faster prints, I would probably leave those on, as they reduce the printing time by a lot thanks to the dynamic release and light off compensation. Final thoughts. Well, as you can see on the screen, the results are just amazing, and I can say that from now on this will be my go-to slicer. I do think that the software is a crucial part of the print result, but it would not be as good without the other functions of the Anycubic Photon P1. And here I'm mainly talking about the wave release technology, and the ball screw system, which play a big part in having crisp prints every single time with minimal wear on your printer. That being said, you can watch my full review on this amazing machine on my channel. Thank you so much for watching, don't forget to like and subscribe for more, and I will see you in the next one. Oh, and by the way, I'll leave the painted version of Frieza on the screen. Tutorial is coming soon, stay tuned.